what an idea. As you may or may not be presently aware, I try very hard to speak in a neutral fashion, to not make decisions for other people, but instead leave things in a questionable format that they might make their own decisions. So you could say that I'm not trying to defend you. So in an ironic, really dark humor sort of way, this video is called If I Wanted to Offend You. ... If I wanted to offend you, I wouldn't tell you what a beautiful person you were. I wouldn't tell you what you mean to me, what great functions you serve, and all the other good stuff that you're overlooking while focusing on the negative. If I wanted to hurt you, I'd say you're a fat fuck, that you're lazy and that you accomplish next to nothing while you wait for the world to accomplish it for you, finding faults in yourself and excuses to not even bother to be successful and to do anything about it. If I wanted to offend you, I would say how weight loss is not genetic, that there are no big-boned people, and that you can do something about it. If I wanted to offend you, I would not listen to the conversations that I have no interest personally in. Listening to you as you shift blame and focus, as you cast hatred and anger and doubt onto the world, as you express and leak out all of your poisons and negativity and expect someone to sit there because they're your friend and because they care about you, while they get mistreated for how you feel on the inside of stuff often that has nothing to do with me. If I wanted to be offensive, I'd tell you you're a fucking moron, that you don't read any books, that you don't actually use your intellect, but instead are caught up in anime and fantasy and make-believe, and these are the things that you repeat like a mantra in your brain. These are the things you constantly expose yourself to. I'd tell you that in that note, that you're worthless. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you how you don't really mean anything to me. You mean something to me as life, but as a lover of all life, how yours, in relation to mine, is quite insignificant, and that I more am here giving you what you need or replying than really having any need for you, any dependency on someone who's clearly working far less hard than me. I wish I had a pause button on this thing. Now, if I wanted to offend you, I wouldn't go out of my way to say, no offense, comma, as we have to these days. But I'm not interested, or this is in the past. If I wanted to offend you, I'd say, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. Why are you still here? Why are you still talking? Clearly, I take a lot of this into consideration. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you how you're a whore. No. Is it whore or slut? Which one gets paid? I tell you how you sleep around and that you're impulsive, and how you just jump in head first without thinking through a single fucking aspect of your life. And accidental pregnancies or pregnancy scares, or homelessness or other ridiculous situations are purely a product of your own stupidity from lacking thinking ahead, and instead just going with that feeling on temporary feel-goods and highs and on how you can save your own ass and get what you want right now, without thinking through what happens when the high's over, when the cigarette's gone, when the alcohol is empty, or when the sex is over, what you're going to do to get home. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you that you're sexually immoral, that you're absolutely preposterous, and that you're just wasting your life force and your energy with each ejaculation, having no true purpose, not doing it for procreation, no extra spells and motivations, just for the sake of a temporary joy, and often with a stranger or a close friend. I'd tell you you're a fool if I wanted to offend you. If I wanted to accept you, I'd tell you how I love you and I understand mistakes paving the way for greatness, paving the way for the need to not make mistakes anymore, and how I understand that you can do it and everybody works at their own pace and everybody's learning their own shit right now. But if I wanted to offend you, I'd say you're beneath me. I'd say you still haven't figured it out. I'm still talking to you and answering you why. I have no need for you. I don't call you, but you particularly, certain listener, coming into my life and thinking that you need something or want something, trying to make a trade. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you what's in it for me. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you why are we here good. Did you not learn from the last conversation, the last time you thought you wanted to hear someone else speak? If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you that you're just like a girl. The cliche of women, that they don't want to hear your opinion, they want to hear their own opinion in your voice. I tell you that you're stubborn and closed-minded, and that there's no reason for you to even have friends or to go outside of this box and talk to anybody then, because it makes no difference whatsoever as you repeat your chain reactions of disasters from your deliberate choices that you make. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you there's no such thing as good and evil. I'll tell you that it's all perspective and it's all relativity and how you just waste time. And you want to cast a finger and doubt and blame and shame on people that are doing it differently than you, whether it's because it's not your design or whether it's because they're more successful and you just cannot fathom that. Happiness in other people literally pisses you off. I've seen this in many of you. If I wanted to offend you, I'd tell you you're a fucking retard, comb your tits. Isn't that how some of us talk these days? It's pretty wild. And if I wanted to offend you, in some cases, I'd tell you I love you. While you're pissed off, and that one I do. I do want to offend you there. I want you to hate on me and act ridiculous, be yourself, really, while I tell you, guess what, I love you anyway, you didn't scare me off, you're just a silly person, who ain't figured it all out. But if I really wanted to offend you, I'd tell you how I spent all this time. 6 minutes, officially, now. Just to tell you how I literally walk on eggshells and work really hard to not offend silly people with silly thoughts and silly memories and silly past. Instead, I'm patient and I'm kind and I'm giving and I'm loving. And I'm learning to make decisions that are also in my own best interest instead of just the selfless ones. Then I might be able to continue to be there for those people who are less fortunate. For those who need more than to be content and happy, to need more physical toys or emotional comfort or what have you, and I do my best. But if I wanted to offend you, I'd say that I haven't seen a single thing from you, that you don't apply yourself like I do, that you don't give like I would, and I can't expect that of you, but that you burn your bridges and you hurt people along your path, and that I don't have to. I'd tell you that you're not worth my time if I wanted to offend you. And really, what is? What is worth the investment knowing the outcomes of things, watching through repetition and history and understanding? So if I wanted to offend you, I wouldn't have made this video. And if I wanted to offend you, you wouldn't exist. But guess what? I love you. I don't want to offend you and I do my best. If you do happen to get offended when I talk, it's because I'm very specific and blunt and direct. And filtering through the thousands of ways that different words and things can be taken in our variant languages, slang, backgrounds, and cultures, society, I do my best to try to not spend 10 hours covering one topic just because you question another human being anyway. I have no problem. I love giving advice. I love opening up. I love that I'm a book. But if I wanted to offend you, while you really clearly want to offend yourself, with triggers of words of other people, not me, of other memories and other religions and other things in your past that have nothing to do with me. If I wanted to offend you, I'd call you a fucking moron and say that you block your miracles and your blessings and you're the only reason you're miserable. To do something different. Now half of you are judging me. And the other half of you are like, yeah, damn right. I'm a good guy. And I'm not mad or upset or nothing. But I've been thinking of really ironic and fun concepts on how to make some new videos to catch the attention of some of you that are looking the other way. Some of you that are finding little words and stuff. And what better way to make a new spontaneous video than to say, if I really wanted to offend you, you would be much more offended than your imagined slight right now. And I'm a Cancer sign. We understand imagined slights. We understand emotions and taking things in an emotional context and finding a way to become offended over something that was purely not intended. But if I wanted to offend you, say, what the fuck are you still doing here? I'll see you around. I hope this was entertaining to say the least. And if not, I hope it bothers you. Peace out, Kevin Chaos.